That's okay. It's going to take a little bit of in there. So okay, there, and there. Okay, now, okay, so that's not the stamp. Where's the stamp? Here's the stamp. I ordered one of these, and then I pound it into a tag. Wait a second. I'm bringing a jump ring on it and solder it in place so it doesn't come off, because they have a tendency to come off if you don't solder them. So I did all because that's right now I'm having problems. Well, it's not problems as much as it is. It's just a difficult process to do, and I'm not really great at it yet. So while I'm practicing my technique on that one, and I don't want you to hear all the bad language that goes on while I'm trying to make tags, I just thought I'd make that ahead of time and show you so that it's you can see how pretty it looks. See how this is going to look? This is real. I really kind of like this design. I want to try this in other colors too. And actually, I have a couple more of these to do. A couple more things to make. And I don't know if I'm going to just do them live or just record doing them and posting them later. They say you shouldn't just bunch them all up in one sitting, but you know, it's like Sundays is a day for me that I can work on this stuff. It's a day that I can sit down and do things that I enjoy doing. It's my only day off. And sometimes I try to do them when I'm not too busy. I don't record every single one of them that I make. I made some bracelets this week for, who did I make them for? Ella. And I made one for Adriana, one for Bailey. Bailey, I didn't see this week, or yesterday, Friday anyway, so I couldn't give her hers. But I gave Ella hers, and I gave Adriana hers. They were kind of I did. That was kind of fun to do for hers, and how wonderful that is. I also have a couple of other ideas because of some of the wonderful kids that I've met at school. And the school has a population of immigrants from Mexico and Central America. Because I say it like that because Mexico is really North America. So I'm going to make some bracelets for that, for them, because I enjoy their company as well too. They're very nice to me, and they talk with me, and they spend time. What happened? Oh, it twisted this way. Here we go. I got it back. And anyway, they said that they believed that the phone, when the phone rings, it's somebody asking for permission to talk to you. It's like somebody coming up and saying, "Hey, can I talk to you for a minute?" And as the recipient of that, you don't have to say yes. You can say, "I'm really kind of busy right now. Can it wait till later?" And you don't have to answer the phone. You don't have to answer every text that comes through. I know that people insist upon, "Why didn't you text me back right away?" But that's when they're asking permission. I know, talking to stop a conversation. They just wanted to call you. I do that when I'm. It's really kind of a neat idea. So myself, and I pat myself on the because and this is more light things that some of the things that I'm trying to just didn't pull through right background, and I chose this so that you could see what I'm doing a little bit better rather than just my clipboard, which is brown, and it just doesn't like I do some of the other. But as I get going here, it does get a little bit easier and the movement gets quicker. Okay. Even though it's still clunky old man hands doing this. So they're young, nimble hands doing it. There we go. There we go. Starting to get better. And to tell you the truth, if you're watching this on a replay, you can fast forward at any time just to go and catch what's on the end when I finish it off and I've got everything in place. Wait a second, I came up but it didn't go down. Oh, I missed it. Missed a spot. Here we go. How did that happen? Because I was talking. I'm busy talking to you guys and I'm not watching what I'm doing. That's not good, is it? Here we go. Gotta keep it up. Keep that tight. And bring that down, tighten it up a little bit. There we go. Now, let's see. I'm finding that keeping this loop here helps. That helps when I'm trying to tighten up the back a little bit like that. Getting these tiny little bubbles in the back, bumps in the back, and I want to get rid of them. And the only way I can get rid of them is by tightening it up that way. So we'll do this like this. Throw this over there, bring it up. That, and that. Just like that. Tighten that up there. Pull it through. Make sure it's tight there, And it's tight. Okay, 1, 2. I think that's 2. Let's see what we got. Oh, wait, that's like 3 inches. 1, 2, 3 inches. Okay. This is what I was talking about. I wanted to try to. That's giving me problems. I have to cut that out. Okay, we're going to do one or two more strands. 1 or 2 more knots on this before we start putting the initial on it. I used to put person's initials on the bracelets, and I would buy initial charms. But it's not that they weren't nice. They were very nice, but I wanted to give it a complete handmade look. And I really kind of wanted to make it a more unique look in that way instead of, a crafter look instead of a store-bought, made someplace else and shipped over here look. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I want to have these things as personal as I can and for each individual. So while this is going, I am able to make each one nicer. Okay, now comes a part where I have to I'm going to lift this up and put this. This is just like the other knot, except, come on. Before I bring the white over, I'm going to put the E on. E on. That's somebody's name. Okay, here we go. That's going there. That's going there, and there, and there, right into the square knot there. Where did it go? Oh, here's the blue. It slipped all the way down. Let's pull this back again. That didn't go right. The white has to go behind the blue and then over. Okay, here we go. Here we go. And it didn't go. I forgot the other part of the blue. That's not right either. Okay, folks. What did I do? This is up. This is here. It's underneath both the core wires. String over. Over. And up this way. There. pull this through, make that a little tighter without smushing it. Pull that tighter. And the blue looks good. It looks like it went through okay. There we go. See, now the E is just hanging there like the charm it is. Okay. We only have 3 more inches to do, and we did this 3 and 42 minutes. Okay. Hopefully it's not going to take another 42 minutes to finish off the rest of this length here, because then we still have to do the slide knot, friction knot, to make it open so you can put it on and off your hand. Now I keep saying that on and off the hand, but one thing that's cool about these I like is that it could be either a bracelet or an anklet. So if you really would rather have something like this in an anklet than in a bracelet, I'm more than happy to just make it just a little bit longer so that it fits around your ankle. But you need to let me know what size your ankle is, and we could do that. That's why I generally have sizes in the shop at from 5.5 inches to 9 inches. That generally covers everything for bracelets and anklets for the people that I generally make. Now, sometimes you need to make something a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, depending on the person. Like when I made Charlie's bracelet, that was 5 inches, barely. And when I make Aubrey's bracelet, hers will be barely 5 inches because they are a lot smaller. Well, of course, because they're in kindergarten, as opposed to those in middle school or high school. There we go. There we go. What do you think so far? Is that looking good? You can put something in the comments if you wish. Tell me if you like this or not, or if you don't particularly like it, or, you know, I really do value your opinions on what I'm working on, so that if it's not something that you particularly like, I know that you won't want one. And if it is something you particularly like, you just may want to have one. And I may have to make you one. Of course, what I could do here, now that I'm thinking about it, the black and white square knot looks nice with the blue there coming in. That could be different colors. You could do that in different, you could do that in a yellow, a green, a teal, pink, red, pretty much any other color that you would want. I think it would look good in just about any color. With the black and white as the foundation for it, it would just kind of make that accent color pop a good bit. You're probably thinking, well, what's taking so long? Why does it take so long to do this? It's because every time I start speeding up, I mess up. So I got to take my time and really watch what I'm doing on each string. Like that. Yeah, and the more I do, by the time I get done the full length of the bracelet, it will be it'll go a little bit quicker because I'm getting the technique of pulling which string when and by how much, because you can't just yank on them. The lines have to be dressed up right, and you have to pull with just the right amount of pressure so that they don't get all tangled up like you said. See how it got all messed up in the beginning? This keeps coming undone up here. I'm going to have to put this whole thing under the clamp there to hold it in place. Okay, and this is here, and this is here. Come on, get up there. Right over left, left over right. Right over left, left over right. That's the square knot. And you have heard this before, haven't you? If you've ever tied square knots before. There. It's getting there. That looks like it's almost at 4 inches. Do you think? Maybe 3 3/4. I'm kind of guessing because I can't really measure. Unless I take it off the clamp and measure it. I'll give it a few more. I know I'm not even close to 6, so I don't. It's not even worth trying to take off and measure because it doesn't do anything for me. And I just have to keep tying more knots. Keep tying more knots. Keep tying more knots. And that's the way it goes. What happened there? The blue slipped under the black. There we go. Come on. There we go. There we go. Now we got it. There we go. That's tight. And that's tight. And that's tight. There we go. Do you get the idea of what it's going to look like? So we're just going to keep going with this. Here we go. Got to dress it up right. That's one of the things you got to be careful of, that the string is laying in the right place. You can't just, because if it's not set right, dressed, what it's called dressed up right, it won't look that good. They have to lie down a certain way and be consistent with that certain way. There we go. There we go. Up through the center and down through the outside. up through the center and down through the outside. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. There we go. Starting to get it now. I'm going to get this technique down so it doesn't take so long to do. So the second half here is going by a lot faster. 10 minutes and I've gotten this done so far instead of the whole 40 minutes for what's done there. Okay, let's just see what we got, where we are. From the 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5. Wow. Let me try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say 4.5 because I'm not going to use all this up here. So, because this is up here doesn't look all that great, I might cut it off. But then again, maybe not. If I dress it right, it looks pretty good, actually, right? What is wrong? Oh. I have to pull this one. This one's not tight. Tighten up that one. And then we got to go through and then tighten up this one. So that's what I was saying before about you got to look at both sides to see what's working and what's not. And if it's not right, you got to go back and fix it. And just because it doesn't turn out just perfect every single time is not a big deal. Just as long as you're willing to go back and fix it. It's not a mistake until somebody else catches it. And failure is an option. You know, despite what other people say, there's going to be times when things don't run perfectly all the time, every time. I know that a lot of, shows that we watch on TV kind of make us feel like everything has to be perfect all the time. But that's not the way real life is. In real life, we err and we experiment and we try to find better ways to do things and better things to do. And the only way you can do it is by trial and error. And as Thomas Edison said, you found 1,000 different ways how not to make a light bulb. And if you've ever had a chance to take the tour through his shop, I did when I was a kid. It was really kind of interesting, all the materials that he had and all the things that he tried that just didn't work out. But he kept plugging at things. And just kept pushing and pushing forward and trying different things, different techniques, different materials. Nothing's going to happen right the first time, especially if it's something new and innovative. You got to trial and error. I mean, look how many times the inventor of the Reese's peanut butter cup tried until he got that right. And look what it is now. It's amazing. Because he kept trying. It took him years to get it right. It's not like he tried like 5 or 6 times and it just didn't work out. Those times, I mean, he worked on it for years to get the right consistency, the right flavor. Because, well, basically after that point, peanut butter was not considered a real food. It was something completely different for protein for people who could not chew. Okay, I'm way off topic now. And I'm just kind of babbling away. Okay, here we go. Here we go. That's looking pretty. I don't have too many mess ups on the back. Keep putting this over here. There. There. See, it's starting to go a little quicker. Not by much. It's not like it's super speed. Because these strings have a mind of their own. Not like the other stuff. The cotton stuff. One of the things that I have thought about, because I've had requests for, is that if you look on, I don't know if it's on Facebook or just Instagram or wherever, I've taught younger kids, K through 3, started them on making friendship bracelets. Friendship bracelets. I'll say it correctly. And they don't, that up to that point, generally they don't have the patience or the dexterity to do it. So I've had to try a couple of different things with them. And I think I've come up with a plan for teaching it to make it a little bit easier for that age group to learn how to make friendship bracelets. And I've been pretty successful with getting them to do it. So I was asked, well, what is that? And so maybe sometime I will show you on a live video feed instead of making another bracelet. Are you getting bored of me making bracelets now? I'm not. Okay, here we go. 10, 5.5. Almost at 6. I just bumped the camera again. I gotta stop doing it. I gotta watch what I'm doing. There we go. See, you can't see it because I've got this white sheet on it, but on my clipboard I've got inches marked off, half inches marked off. And so I can tell a little bit better where I am without having to take it off. But if I did it with the brown background and tied this, you wouldn't be able to see what I was working on. Not as well as with the white background. So I've got to keep the white background. So I'm going to try to figure out how to have a white background with measurements on it so we can all see. I might wind up doing that on a piece of board or something. That'll look better and give me a better result for video. Taking pictures, because taking pictures with a dark background is a no-no, right? We don't do that because then you can't see. And it's nice if it's a white background because then the camera can adjust for it. I know there's all that kind of nonsense that goes on with cameras and trying to get them to take pictures that are color correct. It can get a little difficult at times. Well, look how far we gotten. Now when I do this, the slide knot is not going to be matching this all the way. It will, I might do something different with it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Because it's just, this type of knot, is not going to work well with a slide knot, as a slide knot. It's just not really what I want to use. With the right amount of friction so it stays in place but loose enough so that you can open it up and close it for taking it on and off. So I may just use a regular square knot, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, how I want to do it. I would like to have the colors the same, but I may not be able to do that because basically that's just 2 colors, not 3. So I'm going to figure out what I want to do and still make it look pretty. It's got to look nice, right? Because that's where my AD tag is going. Okay, let's take a look, see what we got here. That's 10. Ooh. It looks like 1 or 2 more to get 6. Just going to throw that up there. Throw that here so that you can see it. You only need 1 or 2 more. Now there is another knot that I've been trying to practice and I just can't get it down, right? Especially with this small of a cord. And when I get that one down, then I'm going to try to do another one. And I hope to be able to get it soon. I keep practicing it and it just doesn't come out the way I like it. But this one's not doing too bad. It's okay for now. There we go. I'll try one more and then we'll measure it again, see if we have 6 inches. Because that's what we need for Eva's wrist. To tell you the truth, I'm kind of guessing at it. I'm pretty good at guessing. Okay, there we go. 6 inches there. Okay, now, where's my tag go? Oh no! Did it disappear? Fall on the floor somewhere? Yes, it did. Why didn't you tell me it fell on the floor? You guys are supposed to be watching me, making sure I don't mess up like that. Okay. One of the things we got to do is trim all this stuff off and then fuse the ends so that it doesn't get messed up. Okay? So here we go. There. Pull on this one. Pull it nice and tight. What I use, and I know how it reacts to the friction. Okay? Here we go. Now I'm bringing this down here so you can see what I'm doing. I just clamp it on the side like this so that I've got all four, two from the side and two from this side coming in here. The blue is gone. So I've got white and black. See what happens when you don't fuse the lines, the string, it gets all frayed and it's just like gets to be a mess. You really should fuse it right away, right after you cut it. Otherwise it'll fray like crazy. Okay, now let's try the skin. We're going to create this. This is going to be on this side like this. This is going to be on this side like this. So it's just like, oh, see it slides. Oh, there we go. And we just do it like that. One. So when we get to 1/4 inch, I'm going to put the tag on. See how big is that? And that's at 1/4 inch. So this is down here. We've got to make sure we're doing this in the right place. Here's my signature tag. Come on, go through the jump ring. Come on. Maybe that's just, oh, that's too big. Let's trim it down a little bit. Okay, now this is going to go this way, so it's got to go this way, so it's got to go this way, so that the tag is on the outside. There, there, there. And this is going to go underneath. Got to do this without tangling the tag up. Make sure it's running free. And the tag is just like that. Okay, that's good. Just a couple more. So that's 2, 1. 2, 1. And we'll end it off there. Okay, we're all good now. This is good. Now we're going to trim this. And melt the strings so that it fuses together and doesn't explode all over the place. Just as long as you don't burn that other string, it's not too bad. There. There. As you can see, I don't put the string directly in the flame. I put the flame underneath the string so that it just starts to melt it, not burn it. Otherwise, you wind up with burnt string. Okay, here we go. This is like this, and it's just like that. I got a little melted, but that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this. We have two sides here. And this is we're going to put a knot that's about 3/4 of an inch out from here out to 3/4 of an inch to about right there. Now, one thing that I do is the thickness of my finger is about that. So since it's not rocket science. Okay, so we're doing abouts. Just as long as it looks good. It doesn't have to be exactly 3/4 of an inch out, just sort of like finger width. It's a 1 finger string, 1 finger length. Here we go. It's 1. There's 2. Now this is going to be about the same length. So like I said, about. So we're just going to measure it off of what we did already. Can pull it so they're both in the center. And it's about the width of my finger. There. This one's going to be about the same length. There. Now just trim off what we're not using.